Alright, hi folks. Welcome to Cannon Fodder. We hope, there we go. Thank you, the company, for providing this excellent variation.
We love the company. Thank you very much.
They're the
You've made our
best.
lives so much easier. Please update the rest of your stuff to 2.6. That'd be awesome.
I do need to make a quick adjustment to the sound so you can actually hear us.
It's quite brilliant, actually, that they could compress all that in one big file. They've done an excellent job. And those guys are. It's hard to pin down who's doing that, who ran that thing. It's a. I'd love to talk to one of those guys. I'd like to know where they're from.
Yeah. Um, so, here are the guys.
I love that. That was a nice touch. Digitize yourself, put yourself in the game. Presumably their dog. Alright, Boat's going to have a go at it first here. We'll look at his prowess.
There's all the guys. Jules, Jops, you're in.
Click it and go. I like this.
It's good parallax scrolling there.
Yeah.
Briefing. Kill all enemy.
Yeah. I didn't get to go to any of the hostagey stuff or anything. Apparently there's some really more intricate missions further on.
Yeah, we might see if there's a level skipper.
Excuse me, folks. I'm recovering from cold. Looks like one guy's juggling the other guy. Look at that. Burn, burn. One major flaw in this game, the inability to shoot those birds.
Yeah, that was the first thing I tried to do.
Oh, I'm sure maybe later on they'll have.
It was another addition to Cannon Fodder 2. Seem to be stuck behind that tree. There was actually, I don't know if you read about this, they did a sensible soccer version of, or no, it was a Cannon Fodder version of Sensible Soccer.
Oh, where the ball was a grenade
Right.
or something like that? Yeah,
Right.
I read that.
They called it like Bulldog versus Old Blighty or something like that. Uh-oh, I lost.
I was telling Boat, I mentioned this earlier to him, but off air, of course. From what was able to tell, this game was actually, and still is, banned in Germany. So if anyone in Germany knows any different, let us know. But according to what I saw, in '94, it had been put on the banned list, and as far as I could tell, it had never been removed. You know what we should do, Boat, on this? Instead of just each of us playing, we should just play till we get killed, and then we'll let the other guy take over
Right.
and play with it.
Yeah. You don't need to start over. These early levels are so easy. You know what I thought was funny? I was looking at a list of Amiga games, and I didn't see that SimCity came out for the Amiga.
It did.
Oh, it must have just
It absolutely did.
must have been absent from my. I saw Sim Life, which I never actually played, but was on that list.
I think like Sim Ant even came out. I know obviously Civilization was out. What was the other big Sim game?
Really, Civilization came out for the Amiga?
Oh yeah, it's quite good. That's where I played it initially.
You still got that Civilization the board game, don't you? Or did you get rid of that?
I can't remember if I sold it or not.
If you sold it, probably a good move. I don't think we would ever play it since you had it for like 3 years.
Yeah.
And of course, your board gaming days are pretty much over, right?
No, it's just time is time. If I could find some way not to have to sleep.
Do you find that
cocaine.
sometimes that you can shoot from the water, but other times you can't?
I think you can shoot when your guys get on shore, and I know on the ice levels, sometimes the rivers are frozen over.
But see, like, I can shoot from the water
Well,
sometimes.
I think as long as one of your guys is on shore,
Oh, that
that
makes
at least
sense.
one can shoot.
That makes sense.
I like when like every once in a while you'll shoot one of the guys in the water and they'll just flow downstream their corpse.
Mm-hmm.
I love the little skeletons down there too. Also, I
Oh.
like the fact that you could split your guys up. Have you done that?
No, how do you do that?
If you go to the right or the left there on their names, you click on one of their names and like you can get them to stay
Uh-huh.
and like even provide cover fire. But if you double click and see that, I used it on the ice level. I wasn't exactly sure how I did it, but it actually absolutely worked. Excuse me. Be careful.
Yep, this is where I die a lot. Come on. Come on! Forward.
You're awful. Oh, okay.
And
I love the explosion.
oh,
I like
only RJ survived.
I like on the Arctic level where you, if you blow up the cabin with a snowman beside it, the snowman launches straight up in the air. There were the servicemen that were killed. He was going to list off then. Here comes some more boats for flunkies.
More recruits. And apparently, if you have guys that are higher up in rank, I did lose 2 guys that had 2, but maybe they've got to be even higher. They get more elaborate gravestones. I think all of the grenades are at the bottom level, right?
I think there's two different areas you can pick up on this level.
There's
It's odd that you have to steal grenades from your enemy before you can use them.
Yeah. You'd think that your commanders would outfit you with some.
Yeah. Oh. How many times did you blow yourself up with the house? When you,
Many.
especially when that roof pops off and
Yeah.
randomly comes down and then it explodes. It's always the worst possible place. Oh, look at that poor bastard. Oh, boat.
That was. Sometimes the pathfinding's a little finicky. That should be it, right? Where's the other one?
There's one all the way at the very, very bottom.
At least I think the houses are spawn points, so.
Sort of a gauntlet-y. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you kill the... What are they called in Gauntlet? It's,
I don't know. There's a little skulls
Right.
and whatnot. Yeah.
there it is.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Can you throw a grenade uphill over there? I think you might be able to hit it from here. Man, just a massive slaughter.
Yeah.
Look at all those guys screaming. Jeez, Poach.
Come on. No, 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 no. Oh shoot, run away.
Yeah. boy. Get out of there, boat. There it was. Nicely done, sir. You lost.
We remember Ubik, CJ, Chris. RJ.
Yeah. Maybe by the time I was all said and done, that hillside was covered. You can see how this would be ported, though. It looks very. It just, again, I wonder how it played with the stick.
Right.
I wonder if this didn't. The Super Nintendo had a mouse, didn't it?
It did, but the mouse had very limited support. This might have been one of the games that used it, though.
Can you think of anything that? How many buttons did the mouse have?
It had 2.
I can't think of anything that would be more suitable for the mouse
Oh,
than
yeah.
this. This would be very difficult with the joystick.
Oh. Take it over for a second.
Okay, alright, I'm jumping in here, folks.
Hey, Dan.
Boat had to step away.
I'm good. Did you get my message?
Let's see what we're doing here, folk.
Well, I was the only person at the school, and I had to leave, and so, but
Here we go.
the door, and I mean, unless you know it's
See if we can get across here without anybody jumping us. I could easily see this thing being upgraded to a modern console or a phone. I would like to see that. I'm surprised it hasn't been done. I read that the fellows at Sensible no longer have the rights to it, which that might have something to do with it. Apparently, most of their games at Sensible were, I mean, as far as I could tell, all their games were done in-house by them, and it was the same 2 or 3 guys, and they would hire. I think at like their height in the 80s, they had 6 employees, I believe they said. So, if you consider that 3 to 6 man teams were working on these games, it's quite remarkable. I read that they really like to outline their games on grid paper, and really didn't plan per se like you would expect. They would brainstorm level ideas, terrain ideas, and what could be done with terrain ideas. They even saw some sketches of ideas they'd had when they were making it. So they really did. It was a team effort with a small team. It's just like, I guess a lot of games were made like this back in the day. We've lost this to a certain extent in modern gaming, where everything's a big epic bunch of people. Excuse me. But all right, boat's coming back online here.
You just keep going.
All right. Another one bites the dust. Let's put this guy out of his misery. I can't wait to watch him suffer. Look at this poor sucker setting duck. Oh, is that a body?
Yeah.
Excuse me, guys.
Have you seen Star Wars yet?
I've not seen Star Wars now.
I haven't either.
I was a big Star Wars fan when I was a child, but they really hurt me with this prequels, man. And I'm not a big fan of Abrams either after what he did to Star Trek, which I thought the new Star Treks were garbage. So I'm having trouble getting fired up for this, honestly.
There was one thing that I found out that I thought you might be interested in. There's a new, like, it just came out this year, called the Despecialized editions of Star Wars,
Uh-huh.
where a guy has gone through and taken. Basically, it's the closest thing to the original release, 77 release of the movie, that is somehow digitally sourced. And he actually went through and did a bunch of the used Adobe After Effects to take out like Greedo shooting before Han and everything like that. And they were talking about it on the new screensavers today.
It's funny the amount of abuse that Lucas takes, and a lot of it justified, I might add. But he reminds me of a lot of people I know. He just got caught up with the technology and the toys. He kept wanting to tweak it, make it perfect.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you don't have what you originally had. I mean, let's take this game for example. If it, like I was mentioning when you were off mic, you could update this quite nicely. But I mean, you can't just give it to a classic gamer and say, "Here you go." It's not the one they grew up with, And it's the same thing with Star Wars.
I think that he would have saved himself. Well, I'm sure, I don't know how much he really cares, but from a fan's perspective, if he would have just released the original version alongside the new one, he could have circumvented all of this stuff.
Well, yeah, you're probably right.
Just like if you think about a movie like Blade Runner, there's the director's cut, the theatrical cut, the cut that some other. There's like 5 different versions on the Blu-ray.
Little man here.
Now, did you see the Flash Gordon remake? That was the one that Queen did the music for in the 80s. Was that any good?
Well, I wouldn't call that a remake because they really weren't remaking anything.
I guess
they
just a new
was,
Flash Gordon film.
It's like saying that new Lone Ranger was a remake, and it was really it was horrible. Oh man. And I grew up, I love the Lone Ranger, and Lord have mercy.
Was it really that bad? I mean, I'm not really familiar.
They made
with
the Lone Ranger
Lone
look like
Ranger.
a doofus. Tonto was the brains of the outfit, which I love Tonto too, but jeez, man. Who does that? Who thought that was a good idea? And who was that supposed to appeal to? But that much said, yeah, Flash Gordon, soundtrack's great. The, I hated it when it came out when I was a kid. It was just too weird. But as I've gotten older, I enjoy it. Pinball machine's not too bad either. I've played the pinball. One of the locals has the pinball, but it's
Is it
okay.
actually based on the movie?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
It's licensed. That much said, it's a older machine, so it's not like it has the music or anything. But it's a decent machine.
Really? Because that came out. Flash Gordon came out in like the 80s, right?
It's pretty old. I'm not exactly when it came out, but it was. It's not a machine that is.
It doesn't have any background music. It's just a
Right.
nice job.
There it is. Look at that boat. No casualties.
Yeah.
That's how you do it, if I may say.
Now, what's the action on the Amiga mouse like? Is it pretty comparable?
This is probably better, if you want the truth. This level here is real short and sweet. YouTube will have to pay.
How long into the game when do you get the your first rockets?
5-1, I believe. Is where you get it.
I never made it that far.
Yeah. 5. This game. I read a lot of people say it ramped up at like 8 or 9. I thought 5 was.
It starts to get pretty tough.
But then again, I'm learning, and I'm sure that I'm going to get a lot better at this than I was. But I mean, it's funny for an action-y type game. There's quite a bit of strategy involved as to where you cross rivers and how you maneuver. I wasn't prepared for the quicksand, for example, and stuff like that. I'd read that it had that in it, but I wasn't prepared for it. I really like the movement of the platoon and stuff. It's quite interesting. I mean, I bet this was a real tough game to put down.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe this is on that soccer engine. It makes me wonder what else they could have done with it.
Oh yeah.
And I
Well,
haven't played that. I haven't played the Sensible Golf.
I was just about to say that we should definitely take a look at that at some point.
I know it was a commercial flop.
Was
I
it?
read that. Yeah, it was. In fact, that was one of the things that didn't do him any favors. But a golf game by these guys might be interesting. Here comes trouble.
You know you've got a mute button on your microphone, don't you?
Nope.
Yeah, just push. If you push that right there.
Now you tell me.
Yeah.
Oh no. Now he tells me after I've been coughing on y'all for 20 minutes. Sorry, guys. This weather has been wackaroo. Alright. Come here. Come here. You too. Alright, let's rock and roll. Time to blow up these huts.
I love how the palm tree explodes.
Yeah, I like that. Oh, that's when you do the wrong thing. That's when you do the wrong thing.
Yeah,
Blow yourself.
and one thing, if this game would have included things like civilians, living in these villages, it probably would have been a little over the top. But since there's really only
Well, there are villagers.
Are there?
Oh, yeah. It's just kind of hard to tell exactly what you're seeing. Bye-bye. Run, you idiots. Okay. See those guys? Those are actual villagers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, see that guy. Some of these guys are green and some of them aren't.
Oh.
Some are blue. I read a list of the stuff in this, and they acted like it was. See that guy?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I'm not paying attention. Getting my butt kicked, folks. I got one man left. Come on, Elroy. My boy Elroy. All right, folks. Would you pick that up, you idiot? Oh man, nice shooting, Tex. Well, you want to try it? Give it one more
I'll
whirl.
give it one more go.
I don't play many phone games. In fact, I don't play any, except for just a couple basic like board games. But I would wager that this interface has been stolen time and time again. Because I look at a lot of these phone games that I've seen my buddies playing, and they play a lot like this. But it's sort of the same movement. You know what I'm saying? Click and go type movement.
Really? I would think this would be hard to replicate because you need such precise control.
Well,
Like the
it's touch based though. You just touch where you want them to go.
Yeah,
I'm
guess
not
that's
talking about
true.
the actual shooting per
Okay.
se, but the movement. Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, Torchlight, Diablo.
I've heard that Torchlight's quite good.
Torchlight is excellent. It is an excellent
Well,
game.
but I'll tell you throw those grenades dead right up on them. I'm always afraid to do that because those roofs fly off. It looks like you're blowing up the Smurf village.
Yeah. We got a comment from Paul Kitching on our blog on the Turrican episode, asking us why we didn't think to use a map. I didn't even think about, just looking at a map of a level. I'm sure that people have made those.
I wonder if it shipped with any sort of map.
I don't know.
Would have been helpful. That stuff used to happen a lot more.
Yeah. Oh,
Ooh.
shoot. Well,
Oh, you got 11.
Yeah.
You're fine. Watch that quicksand. Oh, you're okay there. Okay. You know what this sort of looks like if you step back for a moment? It's like you're playing the Blue Max levels to a certain degree. The same kind of perspective. It's kind of at a slant.
yeah, the isometric.
Yeah. All we need is the blue plane and the yellow plane to fly.
You know what
over.
it kind of also looks a lot like is Return of the Jedi. You know, the indoor levels on the speeder bikes.
Which game? Which version?
Arcade.
I will say the palette's very similar.
Yeah, and I mean, the perspective is the same.
Yeah.
It's
Now that you mention it, yeah. You know that game wasn't a.
Hey,
Whoa!
it's a map.
How the hell did you do that?
Clicked on the map.
Oh God! Where I could have came in. I didn't know you could do that.
I didn't either, to be honest with you. Oh, I
stupid
just
are
lost
we?
2 guys immediately.
Yeah, that would help quite a bit. But that Jedi game was not very well heralded when it
No.
came out. I think that was on the system. It was on the predecessor to the System 7 boards. I think, is that right? I used to own the one that had Marble Madness and stuff. I think it was on the one that came before that. I think it was one of Atari's board sets, but it didn't.
Well, you know, I think the Empire came out. Did that come out after the arcade game? Didn't it come out after Return of the Jedi?
You talk about the Vector game?
Yeah. 'Cause
I
know
never saw that in the arcade. So
Me
did it
neither.
exist? I've played
yeah,
it.
because the first level, I've heard people talk about it. The first level is where you're on off.
Yeah, I've played the. In fact, there's an Amiga version of it. It's quite good.
What am I missing here?
Down in the.
I guess I'll just wander around till I find it or die.
The Amiga did a good job with those Vector games. Actually, these because I don't know if you ever played Star Wars, but it was good. That's into you.
Yeah.
Well, we gave it a shot, Boat.
Yeah, so that was Cannon Fodder. A
Try
good
it out,
game.
folks. It's an excellent game. If you have waited as long as I have, now is the time.
All right. Until next time.
Adios.